Hello, good afternoon. It's been ages and I am so sorry. Welcome to Frisch Talk, and I can't lie, it's been busy. What can I say? So I apologise. I'm going to go and get 5 minutes on the clock, the trusty timer. We've done that. The fridge, the fridge has been filled. The freezer has been filled. We're good to go. So welcome. So if anyone's looking at this going, who the hell? I'm Victor Sachs. I'm an independent financial advisor. I have my own business, which is VS Associates Limited, and I work with a lovely chap called David Mortel over at Agentis Wealth. Today, and I've spoken, anyone who's gone on YouTube and seen my videos, I have spoken about life assurance and what is called business protection before. But I don't see there's any reasons why we can't keep going over it. It is probably one of the most under-talked about, shall we say, area of financial planning. Normally it's investments and who's doing what and how we're going to get through the next 12, 18 months, 24 months. What do we think is going to happen? Hugely important questions. But, got to be honest, if you're not alive, it's probably not an important question. And therefore, we need to look at what happens to your business if anything were to happen to you. So at VS Associates, I work very much with business owners, and I therefore presume that anyone watching this is doing, running a business. Maybe they're self-employed, maybe they've got a few employees. But even if you're not, and you know someone who is, hopefully these next 5 minutes can bust some myths, dispel what these terms mean and how they can fit to you or the person you know's business. So let's go. 5 minutes on the clock. We'll see how we go. I want this done 7.5 minutes all in. Take care. Let's go. First things we'll look at, relevant life. Relevant life is a recent, guess within the last 10 years it's been around. The idea is here, we have a husband and wife business. Let's say, very nuclear, it could be husband and husband, could be wife and wife, but you get my drift. What we're looking to do here is upon death, a lump of money can pass via a relevant life trust to the surviving business partner who happens to be that person's life partner. So in a way, think about those days when you were employed and you had, full-on death in service benefits that were going to be paid to your nearest and dearest. Well, this is a way of how you can try and incorporate it within your business. Why would you do that? Because relevant life business premiums are classed as a business deductible expense, and it comes off your bottom line. Only works for limited companies. And as I say, normally we'd look at it when there are two business owners, ideally, in a married relationship. That would work well. That's relevant life. The next one we often hear about, share protection or shareholder protection. Now, this will generally not be husband and wife. This will be two people who are not related, but who own a business or have shares in a business together. Take David and myself, who we run Agentis Wealth together. So David is married, I am married, we're not married to each other, but if anything happened to me on that side, my shares of those business, where do they go? Technically, they go to my wife. My wife won't want shares in a business, she'll want whatever the monetary value of those shares are. And I guess I don't know how she would work well with David. And if anything happened to David, I don't know how David's wife would feel about working with me. I'm a lovely guy, why wouldn't it be? But you get my drift. Again, what this will do is say, okay, we value our shares in our business at whatever that is. We will write a life assurance policy to that value. We'll have some trust documentation behind it. And we'll also have a share agreement that says when someone dies, when a shareholder dies, the shares will go back to the company. The cash equivalent will go to that deceased shareholder's partner, family. I hope you're still with me. And it's a nice way, rather than going, oh my God, what do I do? I'm going to work with someone who I don't really want to work with. I'm all in a bit of a muddle. I don't know what's going on. Someone might come in and offer a low value to be a partner in the business and could disrupt the flow of the business. So we've done relevant life. We've done share protection. Got 2 minutes left. We're going to do key person. Now, I've got to be honest, previously where I worked many years ago, they used to get these things sort of, weren't too sure themselves what it was called. But we're going to call it key person. So we've got the person in your business who's going out, tearing up strips, bringing in so much good business, really valuable. Could be a tip-top cleaner of the business. Someone who comes in religiously, takes care of things. Because ultimately what you're looking at, if anything happens to them in terms of death or serious illness, we'll cover critical illness in a minute, you've got to tell them, oh my God, I've got to go through, I've got to advertise, I've got to go through interviews, and eventually I've got to recruit and train and bring them on. It's it's time away from my business. This means I lose money. What I want is, if anything happens to that individual, I want a wad of cash that I can either pay that to dissect that person's family or retain in my business and go, right, I've got the money now, I can pay a golden hello. I've got the time to take time out of my main day job, advertise, interview, recruit and train, but I've got the cash due to that unfortunate event of my key individual within my business passing away and dying. If you've got a number of employees, you could be looking at a group life insurance policy. So a multiple of salary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times salary per individual. You get everyone in, and each year it gets reviewed, so in case that person has left and a new one's come on, so we can change data. That's a group life policy. Critical illness, it pays a lump sum of money on the definition and diagnosis of a life-threatening illness. This isn't, the one that says, oh, I've broken my arm. This is, you've got some real horrible stuff. You might live, you might not, and the definition and diagnosis has been made. The chances of it not being paid out, I've got to be honest, is slim. The reasons why it wouldn't be paid out is it doesn't meet the definition, or perhaps some of these forms haven't been as honest or completed in the fullness of honesty of medical history. So if you're ever going to go down that route, be honest, because it's going to get checked and found out. Otherwise, I'm not a smoker, for example, and the person smokes. These things can happen, but and vaping at the moment is still classed as smoking, and you may think it isn't, but it is. And the last one, income protection. So someone who tutors my son has just fallen off a pavement. Now, it needed to be repaired, but she's broken her ankle and she can't work for 3 months. She can't drive. So what happens in that scenario as a business owner? You're not, it's not in your job. It's because of something else. You've fallen down the stairs. You've done your back in or arm in skiing. What happens to your income? Will it keep coming in? Is there some kind of need to protect the income that you could potentially earn? So I've overrun. I said 8 minutes. It looks like it's going to go 9. Business protection. It sounds complicated. I guess it's easy for me because it's something I've been doing for the last 28, 29 years. I've got all the time in the world. If you ever want to discover what these policies are, how they work, how to do it, I've covered some, but please just give me a call. Numbers on there. Go to the website, www.vsassociates.co.uk. I'm happy to talk to you about you, your business, your situation, and give you some ideas of what might be the best way forward for you. Lovely to catch up, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.